Allowed a microphone, always a bad idea. We do have a whole bunch of delicious prizes ahead. We've got an award here coming in to Minx for Manchester Roller Derby. That's the player award going to Kitty Macabre. Had a great game as a blocker.
Oh, absolutely phenomenal.
One of my favourite pairings, obviously her with Hill. Wonderful pairing.
I will admit, I took a couple of looks over my shoulder to watch this.
That's Best Jammer going to Roxy Toxin there. She did have a tippy-toppy game. Best Jammer for Swansea going to Coupe de Gras.
Very nice, very nice.
Another cracking game. Struggled a bit in the second, but fantastic first and third. Play with that. MVP to Bambi. Yeah, if you watch my feed announce, you'll say that I did notice that Bambi was that one who was just pushing her way out of the pack, necessarily, like, getting those big scores in for Manchester. So I'm going to guess right here this is going to be Mort for Swansea.
Oh, yeah. Called it.
Well, if you watch the footers back for the Swansea MRD game, you will hear me say that each team has one standout player who just sits right, and both of Bambi and Mort.
Yeah.
Ferrell had the single worst luck I've ever seen a skate against. Got 6 penalties in the first half.
Wow.
All of them were a lot of the unfortunate ones, like you're the closest person to the referees at the point of the multiplayer. It's like you were just on the inside line a lot and got punished for it. It was a harsh one, but she did play very well. Tried to jam in the second half, cleaner. That's something the player award. Didn't hear the description of what the player award was for. My ability to translate from broad Yorkshire into English is difficult these days.
Yeah, it's...
I say broad Yorkshire, bear. It's its own language.
I failed that GCSE.
Looks like Blitz Dames and Bristol working on their player awards before Bear is probably going to tell some terrible jokes. Hopefully no karaoke this time round.
We can but hope.
We can but hope. That's so pretty much the ones who made it into the last few games are all the ones who got voted. Semi-finalists, for the most part, got all the promotion spots. So it hopefully works out okay. Swansea most likely probably going into Tier 2 South in replacement of Portsmouth. And Manchester going into Tier 2 North in replacement of Bristol. Wirral going into North for Furness. And Palliser, is that?
Bowser.
Bowser, yeah.
To apologise that they've got through the preparation of those awards a lot quicker than I'd anticipated.
Yeah, I was on wax lyric with it.
Justly so, Best Jammer for Bristol going to Harden Sharp. She had an absolutely phenomenal game. I believe she picked up both the highest scoring jams that Bristol had.
Wow. Ginger Ninja very happy. I can see through the sea of people here bouncing up and down, hair flying in the wind. Giant grin I've just seen.
She's basically won that the whole game.
Yeah.
Natural choice.
I saw Delta play earlier and was just very impressed. She's fantastic.
Yeah, she did some... I feel that is a very valid award. Sammy Elsmaxon picking up Most Valuable Player for the Blitz Dames. She had some absolutely incredible blocking, and just her awareness of pack and track was phenomenal.
When I finally managed to get over there for the final, all I saw was skaters coming near smacks and then not winning.
Yes. didn't catch what the player award was there.
I heard what sounded like President Garfield. That
You
sounds
heard
wrong.
correctly. She now skates for Bristol.
President Garfield.
President Garfield.
Is that actually a skater, or is that someone you've made up to make me look foolish?
No, no, no.
I'm not seeing President Garfield in here.
Because
The
that,
Norfolk
I was going to
Broads.
say, that's the Norfolk Broads right there. Bristol. You're looking for Bristol.
Buh for Bristol.
I don't know if it's done like that.
It's all lies. I know what I'm doing, honest. Alright, I'm wrong. Sorry. I've just been thanked. People are looking at me like I'm...
We're being waved at. We've got...
Wave and smile. Wave and smile. So that's thank yous coming in for Derby Duck and Cheshire EMS. We have photographers, the DJs, the league reps for all the champs teams, the hidden planners who run event, the secret planners. Social media, we have Facebook and Twitter going apparently. I didn't know about Facebook, I knew about Twitter. Videographers as well. This is all obviously being recorded and will be available for you on the internet. So that's been wonderful. It's been a very well-run event. It always is nice to come as an announcer and come to where I knew where I needed to be at every time. It's always nice. And Snookers, you knew where you needed to be?
I did.
I did. Even right now when you came over to me and looked at me like, what are we doing here? It's like, oh.
I was told to come and sit down and talk about the awards.
Well, the awards are shiny and we like the shiny things.
Oh, they're beautiful.
So quickly, just some thanks for our sponsors and vendors. So we've got Spank Alley, we have Double Threat Skates, S1 Helmets, Roll Line, of course the WFTDA, Armorflex, one of our lovely sponsors on here in force. We also have many of our store vendors.
Our vendors including Swift Customs, Jammer Candy, Power of Grayskull, Pivot Star, Get Crooked, Magpie Cakery, Bootleg Brawlers, Witness the Fitness, Hopeless Clothing, Cut the Track, Sports Massage with Drac, and Pen FX Airbrush Tattoos.
I did look at those airbrush tattoos because I just not had a new tattoo for a while. It's like,
this was my logic, I just didn't get a chance.
and, it's too busy. So, of course, big thank you to also the volunteer crew this weekend throughout the season and to all our fans and supporters. Champs teams, there are 84 teams in the 2016 Champs. Signing up now for 2017s, and we're 16 teams represented here. It's a fantastic event. It's a great representation. It's always nice when you get to these levels where the games suddenly become, apart from being blast, being very close because it's what they do. It's all about finding out who deserves to be where.
Yes.
It's difficult when you use a geographical system because, you know, some teams may be dominating their group and then they come and they find that certain group maybe in a different location is much stronger.
Yes.
Or they're dominating teams in the round. It's a tricky one, but so we get there in the end. So by the time we get to it's always the bracket that's seeded.
Yeah.
As we get to the end, we get the best team versus the best team. The only one I think was probably on the unfortunate side may have been Cornwall, who walked in against MRD first thing, and Dundee, who walked in against Swansea first thing. Both of those teams could have easily have performed on the second day.
Yes.
For Tier 3, and it was one that I was very aware of. But the way the draw works out is the way the draw works out.
Absolutely.
Some of them are random, I suppose.
Yes, yeah. The original seedings were drawn at random, and I can tell you from having sort of a brief glimpse into the terrifying spreadsheet of everything, the planning, the logistical planning that goes on setting up the tiers is literally mind blowing. I've looked at it and I don't know where to start.
Yeah, and I believe how the driving force lines have been very, very effective at trying to get as balanced as possible.
I mean, all of that has been down to people doing the champs thing.
Yeah, of course, we've had officials travelling all around the country to allow this to happen. We can't do it without them.
Yeah.
Both signed to champs teams, are non-affiliated teams, independents. Even refs who aren't affiliated with champs teams working champs games.
Absolutely.
There's that much of demand.
We need to make some specific thank yous to this weekend's head officials, our NSOs, Dorian Gray, Jane Erie, and Sticks and Stoner, and our head referees.
We've got McFarlane, Matt LeBlanc, and Ref Al Ghul. The Champs Committee, we obviously were aware of, apart from the Hears. It's a very small crew behind the scenes. 2016 crew, we've got Fu, who went through, Scarbarella, the tournament head refs, who aren't here today. I have got a projector to take back to Scarborough. Dr. Stevel and Serotonin, tournament head NSOs, also not here today. But Serotonin has been on the Twitter following us all day long.
She has. I think she also saw Bear's performance of
Yeah.
Love Machine this morning
Oh,
on
she did,
Facebook
Who
Live.
didn't? Deadfall as well on fire. Deadfall doing excellent work. These are all in place.
Others we need to give props to, which I'm going to do because Andy's here giving props to people. We need to give props to Andy. He has had media. So pretty much everything you've seen on Facebook, on Twitter, on the Champs website, the vast majority of that has been Andy. Ref Al Ghul has been responsible for scheduling and official matters and admin across the whole year.
Evil Processing Charters. He has been running around this giant aircraft hangar of a building with paperwork, making sure everything's up to date and correct. Even having in the final there for the Tier 3 women's, having to double check letter size.
Yes.
Making sure it was and his words to us, I believe, is the most important ones I've heard all weekend, was decided to just shut up and skate. And I did play roller derby, and that was fantastic to see. Val, everything.
Yes.
Like, literally, I think the entire British Champs would fall apart if Val stopped being involved.
Yeah. I feel this...
incoming in 2017, so I just cut her off.
Yep.
Shouting. 2017, the tournament head referee will be Bex, the director of admin will be Debbie Linton. So we should hopefully get faster responses, which is nice.
Yeah, more people coming on board. Greatly appreciate their help coming on board and taking on some responsibility. Thank you and apologies in advance in the nicest possible way.
Oh, yeah.
So as you can probably hear from our mics right now, Bears just asked if the audience and Mouse would like to see some trophies, and they would, and we presume you would like to see some at home as well.
So we're going to start with the third places. I think this is going to be third place men's for Teesside Skate Invaders. Teesside had a tough first game in the morning, but very comfortably dominated Grimsby in the second. And worth noting, Grimsby without probably their standout player in Buckingham Malice, who had that rib injury from the Suffolk game.
Yes. So
they're going to be picking up their awards. Dick Dastardly in the fetching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle top.
He wears it well.
He does. It's. I think they've missed a trick here, getting possibly one of the shortest announcers of all time in Miami Vice to hand out the medals to some very, very tall gents.
Tall indeed.
I'm kind of sad I didn't get to commentate on any of the Teesside games. What I did get to see from the side, though, coming up at the back there, is Sparky.
Oh my lord!
He was interesting. He was very impressive. I see good things for his future.
Yes, absolutely. I kind of get the feeling that potentially 2018 men's Roller Derby World Cup. I think if he continues on the arc that he's on right now,
yeah, he's on that good heading towards interesting. I could see him possibly stepping towards maybe time and fifth for the experience level he could get
potentially.
Into. I mean, it's not to say I don't think he should. If that's right. But coming in here, we have third place for Tier 3 women's.
Tier 3 women coming up is Wirral Roller Derby. And they're taking their medals. Again, Miami's still quite short by comparison.
We should really get our little box to stand by.
We should.
Yeah. Another Ducker, if you can hear us. In fact, they've been given the wrong medals. Oh no, quickly, give them back. They've been given the boys' medals.
I think it's because each team is allotted, I think it's the 20 or 24 medals to cover the team and bench staff.
I think that'll allow 2 each for all of the Teesside Skate Invaders there. Wirral did fantastically well, and won their first game. It came to that tough Manchester game first in the morning. It's always going to be a tough one for them. Manchester have that ability to play physically, which is Wirral's old comfort zone, and play technically to their new comfort zone. And do okay there. Third place now for Tier 3 women.
And coming up next is our Tier 2 women.
Tier 2 women. It is Hot Wheel who have won this, but I think they've decided to try and beat the traffic.
I do not blame them.
No, because I'm not looking forward to it. I'm heading similar.
Yep. So they have hot-footed it out of the venue. So we're going to move straight on to our second place medals. First of which is going to be awarded to Tier 3 Men's Bristol Roller Derby. And here we go. These gentlemen, they've got it in the bag. They're taking a knee. They're bowing down. They understand. I feel this has a little bit more ceremony to it.
Well, I think it's also the fact that they're just giants, really. Well,
Yes.
It's good to see that they are back up. They did have the 2 injuries in their game that forced them to didn't force them. Gave their captain the reason to forfeit the game.
Yes.
They could have continued with 7, but it is risky.
Absolutely.
I think, as I said earlier, they made the brave choice.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. Having conversations with various people in-house this afternoon, an absolute shame that the game had or was chosen to be called in the way that it was. But you've probably heard me say this a million times on the mic. The safety and well-being of our skaters and officials is absolutely paramount, and the choice they've made is to keep everyone safe and in a fitter position.
It's always what you see happens is if you do end up playing even shorter roster with something like 7, you end up pushing yourself that much harder, you can get yourself more injuries. Wise call.
Yeah.
Tier 3 women, second place medals, going to be awarded to my home league,
Your home league?
Manchester Royal Derby's checkerboards. For those of you who watched their final against Swansea, fantastic game. Could have gone either way. I mean, Manchester really came back into the second half, but Swansea as a team decided pretty much that they weren't going to. Chatting to some of them afterwards, they lost the game against Bristol. They'd been winning for the entire game by 1 point.
Wow.
And they actually, when they called a timeout, they said, we're not letting us beat Bristol again.
Okay.
And I respect that, and I respect the fact they went out there and worked hard to do it. You have a little bit of cheering. Mimey, a very popular announcer at Manchester Royal, a close personal friend of many of the league. Lovely word. So there's lots of chin wagging going on. See, Holly's changed her wig specially for the medal.
Brilliant.
Gone to red.
I absolutely love that Mimey has gotten so into commentary. I think they've found a really good place. And I don't know if you've had a chance to work with Mimey this weekend.
Not this weekend, but I did work with her on the first game of Tier 3 Women's North in Dundee, which is when we started doing the Gold Ginger. And now every time I announce Dundee, that is what I end up doing.
Beautiful.
Yep. She did some fantastic stats for us this weekend, Mimey.
Absolutely incredible stats.
You see the checkerboards there. Proud of their medals, proud of their work.
As well, they should be.
Yeah. I mean, they came in here with the only real intent was to earn promotion.
Yes.
And then they beat Wirral this morning, a chance that they wanted that trophy. And they played their hearts out for it. But
we are moving now on to our Tier 2 women's second place, who is, of course, fresh off track 2, Bristol Roller Derby.
Still ripe and kitted up.
I feel ripe is an apt description.
Yeah. The team that have made me now agree that sometimes there is something as too much cowbell. Yeah, I used to love cowbell, but they love cowbell too much.
You were of the Christopher Walken's school of thought. You always felt there should be more cowbell.
And I think there's enough. There's enough cowbell.
There's enough.
Have a little less cowbell.
A little less cowbell, a little more
action, please.
Yes.
But they did fantastically in their game against the Blitz Dames. Blitz Dames, what? We're gonna have to talk about the Blitz Dames because I've got stuff to say. But as this matter, they were in Tier 3 last season.
They were.
And they felt, rightly so, that was wrong. And they came out with a point to prove. And they
proved it.
Oh yes. So they make it to Tier 2. And you'd think, oh, they're recently promoted from Tier 3, might not be here long. And they came out every game with a point to prove. And they went to the Skate Odyssey with a point to prove. And they proved that point over and over and over. And whereas sometimes you can see a team who are being promoted and you can think, they may not last long there. Chatting with some of the London Rock and Rollers, I was like, I can see Birmingham staying up. I can see them not only being competitive, but winning games. They're playing fantastic derby at the moment.
Yeah.
But
we are moving forward to our first place medals and trophies. The big shiny cups, folks. And our first trophy winners with gold medals, Tier 3 men's Suffolk Roller Derby. I can wax lyrical about these guys all day. I don't know them incredibly well. I announced their first champs game this season. I announced Suffolk Roller Derby's first home game towards the end of last year.
I announced their game yesterday as well. I am. Normally, you see a new men's team, and you think they're scrappy.
Yep.
They're not going to last. They'll get beaten by the big. I mean, obviously, you walk them in against the top tier guys now.
Yep.
And yeah, their game wouldn't work. But Tier 2, with the teams they'll be facing there,
Yep.
they've got more than enough in them to make it interesting. I mean, they'll have to kick on here.
Yeah.
But they've got a lot of potential in those ranks. A Richter scale.
Yes.
As a jammer, I'm liking his work.
He's absolutely brilliant. I mean, I don't know if his family back in the States are still watching. I know they were eager to get hold of the feed to see his games this weekend, but he has truly done you proud. Here we go, Tupsuk Shakur raising the trophy. I've got a very special place. It's a fair-sized portion in my heart. I was born and partially bred in Ipswich.
Yep.
And the success story of these guys, I feel incredibly proud.
And the multinational ones. So this is
yes.
All of the US Air Force-based personnel here playing. But there's a lot of potential inside. Is it Foolproof? The jammer as well. Very interesting. Guy Pie, another one I think could be going.
Yep.
And Forrest Thump, another one. There's a lot of potential. But here we have the Tier 3 women's champions, led by Captain Ali McSquill. Here it's Swansea. And they've definitely got a fan in me now. I've announced their last 4 games in a row.
Yeah.
And it's great to see a team consistently for that amount of time. And you build that little bit of appreciation because they play fun derby. They don't.
But they play smart derby.
Yeah, it's dynamic.
Yes.
I think that's what it is. I don't like.
Brilliant description.
I know static derby can be effective, but it's painful to watch. It's difficult to announce. But
yes.
They play a very fluid, dynamic game. There's always something going on, and it's always effective. They're not lazy with their movement.
Nope.
They're not just hit anything in the different coloured T-shirt. To me, they play smart, effective derby. And as a fan of the sport, and as an appreciator of what goes on track, it is something that I do appreciate and do enjoy watching. So all credit to them. And another team who felt they weren't in the right tier with the shuffling out of places and just missing out on promotion last season. They felt they didn't belong in Tier 3, and they dominated their group.
Yep.
And they come here and they've won every game comfortably. So big props here to Swansea for their fantastic performance, winning their tier comfortably, winning tournament here today for Tier 2 women's.
Folks, we present to you your Tier 3 women's first place finishers, Swansea City Roller Derby. They are stoked.
Yeah, it meant a lot to them. As I said, at that point where the Manchester Royals started to bring it back in the final, they did not want that to happen. They took that time out where the 70, 80 point difference had been chipped down to 31 points.
Yep.
And they were very aware that they were losing their heads. And they took that moment and brought it back.
Yep. Gonna cut you off.
Go for it.
We present to you, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone of every gender in, around, and either side, your Tier 2 women's champions, the Birmingham Blitz Dames.
Yep. It's going to say it's a bit of a special thing. Miami Vice formerly affiliated with the Blitz Dames, still obviously going to be close and friends with all
Absolutely.
of them.
There was some emotion. Leaking from the optical orifice of Miami. I think Miami's probably glad, without even realising that they're not facing the camera.
Yeah, she's going to be proud of her former league mates. It's a nice touch she gets to hand those over herself. Still bouncing because of getting the league best jammer award is Injin's theirs.
I mean,
very happy still.
I cannot fault the Blitz Dames this year. I cannot fault them in the last 2 years.
No, they went in with the feeling they were in the wrong tier, and they proved that they were in the wrong tier. If it was the right one, they'd still be there.
True.
That's it. Simple as. And what can we say? They've won games. They've won games comfortably. They've won hard-fought games. But they have played their game, established their game, dominated whilst using their game. And as I said, I don't think they're just there to make up the numbers in Tier 1 now.
Most definitely not.
With the ever-increasing improvements across the board throughout the entire team, they're going to compete.
They're going to be serious contenders. And I mean, this is so incredibly well deserved, and this is why things like the British Champs are so incredibly important, because we're able to grow teams and to push them to the following tiers. I mean, Evil Saint Laurent. Yeah, Evil Saint Laurent was wearing his End of the World T-shirt, End of the World Series T-shirt for setup on Friday. I wore mine yesterday. Just 4 years ago, folks, this whole thing started with 6 teams in the Midlands. 6 game days. Our finals day was a triple header. Here we are 4 years later, 16 teams on a finals day, 16 games, whole weekend, and we've done this. You at home, you've done this.
And that's the thing, however you want to take this is always an opportunity to find out who is the best of the best.
Yes.
Of the best who are there. And if you put yourself forward as champs, you're going to be tested. You find out what you're doing, we'll go from there.
Yeah.
But we have our winners, we have our thanks, we have all now to make our way to our own homes.
Indeed. So one final massive congratulations to Suffolk Roller Derby men's, Swansea City Rollers, and Birmingham Blitz Dames. And thank you to everybody who's been involved in any way, shape or form with the British Champs 2016.
Absolutely wonderful. It's been a fantastic year for the champs. I've been travelling up and down the country. You've been travelling up and down the country. If only we could be rewarded for our hard work and time with all the love and adoration and cake that we do receive. I could do it full time.
I'd love that. I would love nothing more.
Yep. But I have been Captain Matt, alongside me, the ever wonderful
Snoogans. Thank you.
This has been the British Champs 2016 final, and
we'll see you next year.
For one last message from our sponsors.